So are you guys receiving your Nikon ZF yet? Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thomas Love here from beautiful Vancouver, British Columbia. And today, guys, I'm following the release of this Nikon ZF. I was following the release of the Nikon Z8 back then because it was, in my humble opinion, the camera of the year, and then eventually it has been nominated the camera of the year. And then after the release of the Z8, we saw a spike in the number of wildlife, birds, photos coming onto the web from prosumer users. And the same way I was expecting to see a flow of street photography coming from the Nikon ZF users, but apparently you guys out there are more quiet. You're using it for your everyday life, like family, pets, so on and so forth. But I would be very curious to try it out, this ZF, because to me it would be like going back home, guys. I've been shooting with Nikon for years, despite I never sent the submission to be part of the NPS, because to me that label is a bit limiting. Same thing as right now I'm not part of the Leica club because I don't want to put a label on myself. I don't want to have any constraints in the way I'm shooting and in what I'm shooting, because I just want to follow my inspirations every day, and there's no need to be clinging on to anything, and there's no need to resist change. I'm just super cool out there with my Q2 and I'm following my inspiration, and then when I have an assignment, if I have different needs, of course, I will get the camera and the glass accordingly. But with this Nikon ZF, I think it's more targeting day-to-day life and day-to-day Nikon passionate, like I consider myself a Nikon fanboy. I've never been a Sony fanboy, honestly, despite this technology all the Sony cameras have, because I don't even understand why we eventually got rid of the manual dials. So now the ZF has manual dials on top and they call it retro vintage. But honestly, guys, that's all we need. We need to have manual controls, and we don't want to get lost into the menu if we need to change, as an example, the ISO from a fixed value to continuous automatic ISO. We don't want to get lost inside the menus. We need manual dials. And so, yes, will it eventually make it a retro or a vintage camera? Apparently it does, but not in my humble opinion. That's all what we need as photographers, and also for recording videos, because you might want to easily adjust the f aperture or any other variable. And then if you want to get lost into the menu system, because you also have the AF tracking, because you also have the IBIS, because you also have low light focusing capabilities, then that's a different thing. But if you use a camera as an EDC and you're out there and you want to catch the moment, well, you will need eventually manual dials. And so I'm figuring myself if the ZF might be or not a good choice for street photography. Apparently it is, because of the IBIS, because of the low light focusing capabilities, but I wouldn't know with what glass it is a good match. Like, in my humble opinion, I'm now using my Leica Q2 to record this episode, and I'm so in love with this Samilux 28mm f1.7. I'm so in love with the Leica color science. It's not just a matter of being sharp. It's not just a matter of having the tonne, as a friend would say, behind there in the background, but it's a all-in-all configuration and all-in-all results you're getting out of your camera and your glass. And so this Nikon ZF looks like it is very capable. It finally disrupted this race for megapixel, because it's going backwards. We are back to 24 megapixel, which is a very good help in low light situations, having bigger pixels, especially paired to the IBIS, especially paired to the low light focusing capabilities. It's minus 10 EV in the Nikon ZF. So I will be very curious to have it in my hands and to take it for a spin. So just let me know, please, down here in the comments, if you have it already in your hands, and if you tried it with low light focusing for photos and for videos, how it is behaving. I'm still figuring out whether this camera would be a good EDC and a one lens only, or not, because they are a very good quality glasses for the price. Of course, they're not comparable to other ones such as the Leica Summilux f1.8 28mm that I'm using right now to record this episode, but still, Nikon S-line Z mirrorless glasses are top-notch, and so what is not to like, especially when you can pair them with the beautiful camera body such as the Nikon ZF that only comes for $2,000. So we are talking about the same price point of APS-c Fujis, just to compare. And so I do understand why it became so popular and so quickly, because the Nikon ZF is what all DSLR Nikon fellas like me were waiting for. We don't all need the Z9. We are not all going for the Z8. This is why the Nikon ZF made me very curious and very eager to try it. So please let me know down here in the comments, if you have it already in your hands, what glass you are using with that. I saw that the 40mm and the 28mm f2.SE version are a good match. I saw that the 26mm construction quality is a bit superior, especially when it comes down to the pricing, because price point is almost the double versus the 28SE. So please let me know if you have it in your hands and you're happy. Please let me know down here if you're using it for photography or for videos as well. And then I might reach out to my smuggler and have it in my hands and take it for a spin very soon. So please stay tuned, because I will let you know my impressions out of it, but what is not to like. I mean, I'm expecting great things from this camera, because it finally diverted back to 24 megapixel instead of the megapixel race we were witnessing, and it put all the technology that Nikon finally has available into this small, retro, cool, they say, camera body. So with that, I hope you got some value out of this video. If you did, please remember to like it, share it on social media, subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any videos to come, and I guess I will see you later. Thank you. Bye-bye.